Nonkululeko, welcome to Hashtag Women Your Power. It is such a pleasure and such an honor to have you on this power session with us today. I'm going to jump straight into question one and ask you, what do you perceive power to be as a woman?
Hi, Coach K. Thank you so much for having me today. It is really such an honor. So of the three components to what I think power is. So firstly, for me, power is pursuing your passion. Making sure that you do what you love, wherever you are, wherever you find yourself, at what age, at whatever point you find yourself in your life. As long as you've got resources or support or opportunities to push your passion, I think one must pursue their passion at all times. I think the second part of having power for me is being authentic to self and to everyone around you. If you are a loud person, a crazy person, an artistic person, an emotional person, I think you need to embrace all of that and bring that to the table. And I think the last part for me is owning your excellence, being comfortable in being excellent in what you do. And I think for me, as a hard worker, I forget to celebrate myself and pat myself on the back. And it's something that I'm starting to learn now. I think it's very important for people not to be apologetic in their excellence.
And I love all three of those things, because if you really manage to retrieve or retain, or whatever the proper English word is for that, but if you really manage to sort of integrate all three of them into your life, then that makes for one powerful human being. And I love that you mentioned that owning your excellence, to say, this is actually where I am, and I'm doing so good where I am, and to learn to pat ourselves on the back, because I think as women as well, we like to be too modest, we like to be too humble, but also we don't know how to stop in the journey and assess ourselves and say, how good am I actually right now in this point in my life? So I'm so glad you brought that up. That brings me to question two for today, which is, how have you realized any of those powers actually in your own life?
So I'm an attorney by profession, and my work allows me to advocate for people, help people, and it's quite challenging. And I'm quite passionate about speaking out and making sure that people are heard. So my job allows me to do that. And I am that lawyer that is very colorful, that does not wear black in the office. I wear my big earrings, I wear my duke. I'm very honest about who I am and what I do and what I bring to the table. And I think the other thing for me is I recently, how I have realized my power is I've started a small business where I create earrings, the ones that I'm wearing, and dukes. I'm passionate about color. I'm quite artistic. So I'm embracing all of that about myself. And the other thing is I love making relations with people, authentic ones at that. And I find that some of my stakeholders call me friend. So that's how I've realized my power.
And I love that. I really do love the fact that you are so authentic and bold in even the way you move in corporate with your color. And I think, so everybody's seen in these power sessions, I've put there, earrings sponsored by Mama Binti, and nobody knows that that's actually you. So I want to take this time now to say, hey guys, this is actually the creator of all of these beautiful earrings that I've been wearing throughout this entire power series. And she's actually wearing one of my favorite pairs, which I did mention I'm coming back for. So you have a repeat customer going forward in Coach K. That brings us to question 3 for today, which is, are you able to share that realized power with the world?
Some of my passions, Coach K, include teaching and mentorship. And I am currently a teacher at church. I'm a youth teacher, and I am currently mentoring on a formal basis 2 varsity students. I also do informal mentorship as and when I'm required. I have a friend who has a foundation called We Mentor Students, and I assist whenever I can, just to share my story and mentor or share whatever knowledge that I have with young people. The other passion that I have, which goes in line with my work, is advocacy, advocating for people, standing up for people, speaking out. And in my previous employment, where I was a Canada attorney, I was a Canada attorney representative. So I would liaise between the Canada attorneys and management just to make sure that the views of the Canada attorneys are heard, and just to make sure that HR and talent management, delivers on what the Canada attorneys want. And I have also been the head of CSI, where I currently work. So I really love helping people wherever I find myself. If I've got the opportunity or the resources, I help as much as I can. So I've curated some of the biggest projects that we've had in the team. And I think the last thing is I'm quite vocal about current affairs and what happens in the country. And race is one of the biggest things that I work on. I have curated one. Actually, it was the first race panel discussion we've ever had within Group Legal, and it was such a huge success. So those are some of the things that I've done to share my power with everyone around.
And you know what? We honestly applaud you. I want to take this time just to say, I think for anybody listening at home who just might not know our country's demographic, but although as Black people, we are the majority in our country, it's still so taboo, and it's still very dangerous for a Black woman to stand up in corporate and say, I want to discuss transformation and I want to discuss race. And I just want to take this time to applaud you and to say, we see you, we see your bravery, we see your courage, and we are so grateful that at least there are people like you in the spaces that you're in who have opened the door, and we're trying to keep that door open, but also highlighting some of the challenges that might be there for other women to come, other Black women to come, because that is our story and that's our shared experience, and that's the only perspective we can talk to. So well done to that. And I mean, Nkuli, the last thing I can say to you in this session is, woman, you have proved today that you are power.
Thank you so much, Coach K. Such an honor to be here and to be having this interview with a fellow powerful woman. Thank you.